I always like to go back to a site that was done years and years ago and look at it and see how well it's matured. And I like to pat myself on the back a little bit because I designed this, that the plants weren't too packed in. They're allowed to mature and still look really nice.
Right. And one of my favorite things about this slope planting is that it has a little repetition to it. It's not all one plant. We talked about that kind of in another segment, is using all one plant on a slope. For this one, it's got a little bit more variety. So you've got the structured look of the repeated Blue Globe Spruce, and then some of our other plants, favorites for slopes, like Stephanandra. You could see that in full bloom. That's really beautiful this time of year. And then it's got the little complementary, just a touch of maroon there. You can see that in the barberry.
Yeah,
but
unfortunately,
also
it's barberry that we can't plant anymore, but
right.
it's still nice.
But also in the spirea, it's got that little touch to it too.
Got that little purple repeat.
Right.
Yeah.
So we just picked a few plants for this and kind of repeated them as it went along. And like you said, spacing things out so they've got room to grow and mature is really important.
And that's probably the biggest thing when you're mixing plants, is to give them plenty of room.
Right.
So that once they mature, everything looks really nice. Probably one of the biggest mistakes so many people make is they plant things too close together, and in 5 years everything's growing into each other, and it doesn't look that good.
Sure.
That's fine if you're doing a big area and you want them to grow together,
Right.
but in this case it really worked well.
And another thing I want to highlight is the seasonality of this planting. You've got the evergreens through there, because we have such a long winter season.
Right.
But then you also have the Stephanandra, which blooms in the spring, and the spirea, which blooms a little later in the summer. So it really looks
And
good.
the barberry that leaves out so early in the season and gives you that good color.
So it really looks great all year.
Yeah, and I like the way the maroon and the blue go well together, by design.
So thank you for joining us today. I'm Liz Snyder.
And I'm Jim Hotelling, the Home Gardeners from Hillside Garden Landscaping.